let's get to the first topic with Charleston White.
The black woman, between the black woman and the black man, they in their feelings everywhere. Everybody else trying to have a good time, they go get in their feelings. Everybody else trying to conduct business, handle business, nigga, it's gonna be so. That's why you see all them niggas with a white bra, unless they been with the woman like Snoop Dogg, Denzel, that's why. Nobody's training and teaching black girls how to deal with successful black men. They just learn how to deal with hood niggas. Niggas who, ain't nobody's teaching and training them. Yeah, black woman go squabble with you about your dick. White woman go open charities up, starting doing book clubs and reading shit, making sure she picked a accountant and financial advisor. And the black bitch go be one of my bitch. Who is that calling? Who is that? So that's why y'all to be out together, nigga. Your woman to catch attitude in front of his woman and wife, and everybody about business be looking at your woman crazy because she in her feelings.
Charleston White, y'all. Black women aren't taught to be with successful men. Is that true? Go ahead, anybody. Hop on it. Danny, go ahead.
I don't know what to say.
You can speak your mind on here. Is it true?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. Look, I don't think people are taught to be with successful anybody. When we're all kids, who's taught? What are we really taught when we're young? Like, honestly, like we don't learn life skills. We don't learn things that are gonna build us up. We learn, we learn basic stuff. Look, it's go to school, get a job. Go to school, get a job, use the degree, do the best you can, and everything's going to be great. You're going to be successful. You're going to be able to marry somebody that's successful. You're going to have a successful relationship. Mm-hmm. And how well does that actually work out, and how does that pan out for everybody? So do people really get taught this stuff? No, we're not. No, people aren't learning life skills in school. Kids aren't learning life skills. Huh?
You date black women?
Yeah. I don't discriminate. I love all races.
Perfect. You and Quinn. So, Danny, do you think that all races are taught the same thing?
To a certain degree, but then
this panel, you don't have to hold back. You won't get.
No, I'm not holding back. I'm thinking, like, to a degree, yeah, but then to another. Things change with different. It's cultures, different cultures. Mm-hmm. So, it's just like countries, right? Like, we're taught things here, but you go overseas and they're taught something different. And we judge them and we're like, oh, they're wrong. But they're looking at us the same way. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say to this because define successful.
Y'all so scary. Y'all so scary.
It's like the question though. It's just a weird question. Like, who is taught to be like? That's weird.
Wait a minute. Y'all never. Because I know all of the girls when I was coming up in my family, they had to go to charm school. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Why is that? See, but you see that? This is beautiful. This is perfect. Because this actually shows the ignorance that we have within our culture. And that when you mention charm school, motherfuckers is like, oh my God. Like,
I've heard of it, but who fucking goes to
charm school? Know what charm school is?
I know what charm school is. I know about the debutantes and all that
that's
nonsense.
One of the things that's actually conducive for a woman to be prepared to be with a guy that is successful.
Mm-hmm. It's 2024. I'm just saying, like this is like new. This not happening. Charm school's gone. Home ec is gone. Like all that shit is gone. Like it's 2024.
Wait, Trigger. Let me give you some more background. Sorry, this correlated from, of course, the draft that just happened, right? You see a lot of Black successful athletes with other races with white women. So this is where the discussion came about. White women are taught a certain thing compared to Black women. So that's why you see more white women on Black athletes' arms. So that's like the history of that, like that combo. Yeah.
I disagree with
is it
that.
they're taught
That has nothing
that,
to
or
do with
just the black men are picking them over the black women? I don't think they're taught.
I was
What's
having
the
this
reason?
conversation. I was having this
It's
conversation.
because they like money. They go out in the world. They know this dude's gonna give them afford them. It's not a taught behavior, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, I was having this conversation with a couple of my buddies, and they were saying the same thing. The white women pick a lot of the black guys. And athletes just date white women. I'm like, that's actually not true. That's just what you see on social media, and they perpetuate that. But in actuality, like in real life, there's more black men with black women, and it doesn't change just because you get in the league. Like most black athletes have black wives. Like, so when I said that to him, he's like, "Nah, I don't believe that. Show me proof. You want me to run through my Instagram and give you proof of every black nigga with a wife? Like, I could do that. Like I can sit here and run them off all day. But the point is, like, most black athletes have black wives. They just don't. You don't see it. And
They're not getting married to these white girls.
Yeah, it's not
They're
like
not
as big of an it's not a big epidemic as you would think. What happens is these black guys who go to predominantly white institutions, like Penn State, for example, the guy who they showed on TV that went viral, he went to Penn State. So he goes to Penn State, a predominantly white institution. So you're gonna get the whitest white girl that you see. Saquon Barkley is the same thing. He went to Penn State. So like most of these guys who go to these schools, like you're gonna see them with the most of the student body is, right? But like most black athletes have black wives. Like that's just
that's not. I don't believe that to be true. That's number one. Number two, the other part of it is that I don't think it has anything to do with charm school or anything like that. I think that is significant within the community, and we do need to start to implement traditional values. But the other side of it is that I think that a lot of white women are taught to be a lot more strategic when it comes to the person that they trying to trap. I think that white women, by and large, are much more calculated, much more conniving. They go for the jugular. They smarter than black women when it comes to the men that they're dealing with. And they're a lot more cutthroat. And so they're a lot more intentional when they get these guys when they're younger because they're trying to hitch themselves to the person that they think is going to be successful. I don't think it has anything to do with that they're charming or that the black guy is looking for that. And all. I don't think they ain't got nothing to do with it. I think it has more to do with the fact that they're a lot more intentional and hitching themselves a lot earlier to the person that they think is going to change their life.
And white women aren't above fighting for their men.
And when you see them sitting on that couch on draft night, and they be sitting next to mom, holding mom's hand, and the mom be looking like Aunt Jemima, and she fucking paler than pale, and they sitting there, and then they hug the mom like they really care about her. That is all very much intentional, and I think that white women, by and large, are smarter when it comes to taking advantage of the men that they're dealing with, whether they black or they white. I think that they're way more cutthroat and they way more business focused and seeing what they can get out of it, and they play the role as long as they possibly can until they dry up every single resource from that guy, and then they move on. I think that the stuff that you see happening negative in our society when it comes to relationships, black women literally source that from white women by and large, but they just don't do it as well.
Well, because I agree with them. And here's the thing, like you said, right? They get that from white women, and when black women say it, what they'll say is, "Oh, well, y'all don't say nothing about the white women. They do the exact same thing." But white women just don't promote it. They won't get online. They won't
they promote it. They promote it. They own their TikToks. They own the black women. They own their TikToks. They own their Instagrams. They talking about being single moms and all of this shit. They absolutely promote that shit. They push it. They recruit for it. They recruited black women when it came to feminism, and y'all fell hook, line, and sinker in that shit. The white men been passport bros way before black men ever got their passports. They promote this shit. This shit has been right in front of y'all face since the beginning of the time. They promote it so much that they was able to become minorities. They were literally able to become minorities as women, even though they were white. You can't get to that level without a level of promotion.
I think what I mean is the day-to-day promotion, meaning like the way that black women promote it and the way that white women promote it are different. What you're speaking to is something that's been happening for years.
White women promote it differently than black women.
Because what you don't see in mass is white women going on their TikToks and saying, "Oh, if you don't give me $30 for X, Y, and Z, then we can't go on a date." If you
they talk way worse.
well, if you don't pay for X, Y, and Z, we can't do this. And what Charleston White was also speaking to was the fact that they will hitch their wagon to the same black man when he doesn't have nothing, seeing the potential, like, oh well, this dude's playing football in high school, he's probably going to be good. Let me go in and ride this out. Whereas the black woman wants to see, generally wants to see the guy when he's done at the finish line. So he's already in the league. He's already in the league. He's already at the club. Oh, let me get in the section. Blah 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 blah. Right now, like you said, white women moves more strategic. Like other races, they move more strategic. They're not gonna like. It's like the okie doke. You ain't gonna see it until it's done, right? So like after everything is final and done, like, oh dang, so she's just like the black woman. She's gonna take me for all my money too. Like blah blah blah. And then when it happens, the black woman will get online and say, oh, see, you should have just went with us because blah blah blah. Well, no, y'all promoted up front. They're getting it on the back end. You would like they're so well.
Go into the white spaces and go and see a lot of the reaction videos that's coming from the white man. They 10 times worse. It's 10 times worse. I gotta shoot the sister some bail on this one, and I hate to do so, but I absolutely have to. Black women in a large sense, for a long time, maybe not so much now because they know better and so they should be doing better. But they was operating off of ignorance, thinking that they was doing something that was because they wanted to be Me Too. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to be like white women in a lot of the things that they was able to, be successful in. But the reality is that, and this is so unfortunate amongst our women, and I wish they really seen the value. They could be the most valuable women on the face of the earth. If you look at how other women are modifying themselves to be like what they need to be like, they're doing the shit that y'all already naturally got. Y'all got natural curves, you naturally beautiful, your skin is silky. Y'all just beautiful naturally, and then y'all modify yourselves to look like them while they modifying themselves to look like y'all. They in tanning beds, they trying to get y'all lips, they trying to get y'all hips, they trying to do everything that y'all doing. And the only thing that they doing differently than y'all is being a lot more cunning and conniving when it comes to how it is that they finesse men. And y'all better than them in a lot of ways. Because everybody has things that's great about them that makes them unique. And y'all are better than them in a lot of ways, but y'all not really taking advantage of it because y'all not listening to the men that y'all supposed to be with, but y'all following them off a cliff, which they've been ruining their family since the beginning of time. And so I think that it's unfortunate, but if you go into these spaces and you start to look at a lot of these content creators and these TikToks, white women are much more vulgar, they much more nasty, they talk way worse, and they're very much upfront with exactly how it is that they see, feel, and think about men. And they cool. They'll talk about, listen, hey, I got herpes, but we're going to normalize it. And it's okay as long as I don't have a fucking outbreak. I'm like, what the fuck is this?